Hello. How are we all? Good, 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 good. Yes. Yes, I did. I ran up today. I woke up, jumped out of bed, hit the ground running, tripped over, fell down. Ooh, I said, I better sit down and have a cup of tea. And that was my day sorted, really. Relaxing day. Well, it is Sunday. I think it's Sunday. I don't know. I'm losing track of the days. Anyway, what should we draw today? Now, I thought we could do a little woodland scene. And we'll roughly sketch out where we're going to put things, I think, because this is going to take over most of the page. And the thing with doing that is I don't really want to have to reach over things I've already drawn, because I tend to start this side, and I should really start this side and work the way across, because otherwise you're putting your hand on work that you've already done. Now, the thing is, you can get a glove, which I've got like a half glove, that you can wear, which is very good. But again, even that, if you're reaching across, does have a habit to erase what you've already done. Now, I think what we're going to do here, we're going to do some gonks. So we'll have some gonks in this picture. I'm very conscious of trying to make sure that, because I noticed on the last video, not everything was central, which was a bit annoying in itself, I have to be honest with you. But there we are, I should pay more attention to what I'm doing. Now, as I was saying on the last video, my adventures with Merlin the Wizard, and how we went to save the goblin's home from the giant, who had set up his, well, he actually built a full castle with a moat and everything. I mean, it was quite impressive, the fact he did it over a weekend. Yes, I thought it was very good. Anyway, I thought I'd see if I could remember anything else. Now, what you have to understand is, I'm getting on a bit nowadays. My memory's not quite what it was. So if I tell you a story and somebody tells you that it's not true, then there is a great possibility that they're right and I'm wrong. But we won't worry about that, because it's all a bit of fun. And most stories are exaggerated, I think. Otherwise they wouldn't really be stories much, would they? Because if we actually told things as they were, apart from anything else, you'd have great gaps like that one there, when nothing happened. When everybody just sat around drinking tea, taking things easy. Because I got 500 goblins living in my house. And as I've said before, they all live in little bunk beds under my stairs. And I got some gonks, and now it's not clear how many gonks we've got, because they seem to come and go. And they get a little bit agitated when you ask them too many questions, which in itself is a little bit worrying. Merlin assures me they're fine fellows, that they don't cause any harm, so I shall trust Merlin on that one. Now we're going to put some toadstools in here. I like toadstools. I used to draw a lot of toadstools back in my hippie art days when I was at college, back in the 70s. Yes, no, I didn't quite. I was a bit too young for the 60s. I was there, don't get me wrong, but I was only 13 when they came to an end. So that was that, really. But they were fun times. But a long time ago now, but they were fun times. Right then, there you are. You see, there's a couple of toadstools. Now, these are a particular kind of toadstool, but I don't know what they're called. I did, but it's one of those things that's gone from my memory. I suppose the top of the list was not remembering the names of toadstools, but I mean, if you want, you can call one George and one Harry. I don't mind. Or anything else you want to call it. Now, what you've got to bear in mind is, see, where we are now, this woodland realm, this is actually a place called Gore Blimey Wood. Yes. Now, I don't know if you know that the expression Gore Blimey is actually a corruption of the phrase God blind me, which obviously is not a very nice thing to say, is it, really? Let's be honest about the whole thing. So you shouldn't be saying it. But it's a thing I picked up from my grandparents. I used to hear a lot, because I think it's got its origins in London, I don't know. I could be wrong. I think, I don't know, this might be a myth, that Dick Van Dyke, wonderful actor, actually says it in the classic film Mary Poppins, when he said, because what an English accent he put on in that film. Classic that was. Merlin's just fell off his chair laughing. Now that's not very nice, is it, Merlin? Now, there's a few of the characters here today that live in my house. Merlin, for one. But you won't actually hear them say anything. I'm sorry about that. But I'm running on a very low budget. And if somebody speaks on one of these films, I have to pay them. Which I'm not prepared to do. Not at this stage, anyway. Maybe further on down the road, we might be able to do that. But we'll wait to see how things pan out. So, there we are. We're going to have this tree here. Now, these trees that live in Gore Blimey Wood, and they're looked after by a character that I actually did draw him yesterday, called Ignatius. Ignatius, I think his surname, if memory suits, is Ignatius Pigeonflip. But most people around here call him Iggy. And he is what they call a wood wizard. Fine chap, very friendly. One of those people that would do anything for you. Anything at all. You ask him, and he'll do it. Now I find when you do these trees, if you just put some markings on them just like this, and if you make them come round like so, it does actually give you the impression of being 3D, because I mean, my drawings are very two-dimensional, to be honest with you. But a lot of that is to do with the time scales on here. Now, I could do these film clips in several parts and finish these drawings, bring them to their conclusion, so to speak, which I might actually go back to at some stage. I don't know. Might be an idea, mightn't it? Mightn't it? It might be. Or I might just finish them and then just post them on my page and let you have a look, see what they look like when it's all done. Because really, these aren't lessons, like I said before, because I don't really have any business telling somebody else what they should be doing, really. I can show you. So, in that sense, they're lessons, I suppose, because I learn from other people all the time. Always learning new things. Never actually really want that situation to stop, really. Do we? No, I don't think we do. Now, this is, I'm not going to sort of get carried away like I do sometimes with these new loads of details. I have to be conscious of the fact we're already 11 minutes into this. And your time is precious. And I can't expect you to sit all day watching these videos, listen to me prattle on. Anyway, as I was saying last time, I was telling you about how Merlin, in his infinite wisdom, and he is quite a wise chap. Well, I think he is. Well, I mean, like, he's several thousand years old, so I suppose to live that old, you've got to be a little bit knowledgeable. They didn't like the way that hat was going. I'm actually sat a bit skew-whiffed tonight. I don't know why. Sorry, my glasses are falling down now. It's all happening here, you see. Because it's supposed to be the London Marathon today, apparently. Now, I was going to do the London Marathon. No, you weren't, I hear you cry. Well, I was. But then I found out it wasn't on a bus route, so we had to cancel that. And of course, it'd have to be a bus that I could actually get on. Because I haven't been to London for many years now, sadly. When I used to go to London, they used to have the old red double-deckers. Are they still there? I don't suppose they are. Iconic buses they were. Well, I don't think they are, probably, because in those days they had bus conductors. Yeah, and he used to come round with his little ticket machine and a little leather satchel, and he'd charge you out. It used to be like sort of pence in those days to go somewhere. And we used to have these pennies. I don't know if some of you might remember them, but they were really. Reach across here a minute. That wasn't very clever. Great big things. I've got some somewhere still, actually. Before we brought in the little tiny things we got today. Because £5 notes in those days were about a foot and a half across. But not that I ever saw a £5 note when I was that young. Now, we're going to put another one of these gonk chaps in here. Because these are quite easy to draw, these guys, because it's just really a nose, a hat, and a beard, and 2 feet. Oh, not even feet. 2 boots sticking out. So they're quite fun. Now then, what I thought I might do in the next day or so as well, this might interest some of you, is I might actually do some drawings that we could use for Christmas cards you could print off, you see. Now, Christmas already, I hear you say. Well, I did actually check. It's 243 days to Christmas. Yes, there you are, see. I'll cheer you out, wouldn't it? Ho, 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 and all that sort of stuff. But, I know. Let's hope it's all over by then. The locking's over and we're all charging around the countryside again. That would be good, wouldn't it? Now this is coming along nicely, isn't it? Don't you think? Yeah. Now what should we do here? Now we could actually incorporate the old wizard here that I was drawing yesterday. A bit, couldn't we? Now then, this wizard, Iggy, we're going to call him tonight. He is what is commonly known in the fancy fairy realm, where I tend to have my head most of the time, a wood wizard. Yes, now you see, wizards have various different titles. They like titles, and they like their guilds. I mean, I used to be in a guild years ago when I was a songwriter, but to be honest with you, it didn't mean a great deal because I think it was just somebody making a bit of money, because they used to just send you a form. You sent them, I don't know, 20 quid or whatever for the year, and they sent you a little bit of paper saying you were a member of the Guild of Master whatever. Now, like I said, I don't know if that really means a great deal, really, to anybody, but there we are. And if you had a van, you could get a sticker, stick it on the side of your van. That was quite good, wasn't it? Now, people say to me, why do you keep slipping into that West Country accent? Well, primarily because I am from the West Country. I did live near London for a few years, and I had grandparents from London. They're sadly no longer on this planet. They moved on, as we all do, and I think about them every day, of course. And they were sort of from London. I spent a lot of time up there when I was a child, staying with them, and that was very enjoyable, as it is when you visit your grandparents. And I don't know, I don't know what I've done here. This is daft. This is silly. Let's get this is my trusty eraser that I'm always talking about. I mean, don't be afraid to just rub things out and start again. I mean, I've actually had to several times just tear things up, put them in the bin, because it's not worth preserving. You know, you just got to give up sometimes. Say, well, you don't give up. You never give up. Now that's better, isn't it? Now, the way I'm going to get around this is I'm going to tell you, because I can really tell you whatever I want when I'm doing this, is that this wizard I'm doing now here, if you compare him with the picture I did yesterday, he may not appear to be exactly the same. Now, I'll tell you why that is. Now, this is the good bit. See, this is how you get out of this. Wizards' features change from day to day. I don't know why it happens, but it does. In fact, it's a general thing that happens in the Magic Kingdom, which is where most of these characters come from. Now, it's a big, well, when I say kingdom, I don't know what you'd call it, because there's lots of different realms. Because one thing they do like is there are various different kings. And of course, there are dragons, giants, elves, goblins, pixies, witches. Oh, it's a right old place, mine. Not the sort of place maybe you'd want to go on holiday. Not unless you had really good insurance policy, I would say. Yeah, and I don't think they do anymore, even if they ever did. Ryanair or anybody like that will fly you there. I think you have to just use imagination airlines, which is what I tend to do, and that'll take you straight there. Now then, we're up to the 20-minute mark. Now I'm going to allow myself, what do you reckon, half an hour? Oh, come on, you can spare half an hour. So, we're going to do that then today, half an hour, which should be around about 30 minutes. I'll get a bit of a move on with this, because I tend to talk, and I waffle. I'm a great waffler. I'm sure that's a bird. You know, I said that yesterday, didn't I? The great waffler. You could have the great crested ruffler, can you? Ruffler? Waffler. Can't even pronounce my own words now. I'm making up my own words, and there you go. That's what happens as you get old. Actually, it isn't really. Not to everybody. But you see, this wood wizard, as I said yesterday, he does take on the characteristics of the wood. And we got trees and nuts and berries start to sprout, and they change colour depending on what time of year it is. But he doesn't seem to mind. He did once, for a year or two, have a squirrel living in his hat, which was quite interesting. Now, I want to say Boise, but I'm not sure if it was Boise or not. It might have been Boise. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was Bouncy. Bouncy, that's what it was. Bouncy the squirrel. Because that's what he used to do. God, yeah, because one of the witches lives in this wood, and she got a cat. And that cat was always trying to chase old Bouncy around. But old Bouncy could outsmart that cat. Because cats aren't that bright, you know. They think they are. They think they know everything, in actual fact. And in actual fact, they don't know much at all. Because I don't know if you've ever watched a cat sitting and washing itself. Well, I mean, not being absolutely awful. Who'd want to do that anyway? I mean, come on. Get a washcloth or a flannel, and then they got the damn cheek to come up and want to lick your face. Well, come on. We're not having none of that. Certainly not. There we are, you see. Now this is coming on, isn't it? Now, I don't know where we're going to go with this, really. I think what we might do, actually, is end it there for today, and we'll come back to it tomorrow, or later maybe. We'll have a bit of a break, cup of tea, and then we'll do that, shall we? Yes, all right then, I'll catch you a bit later.